seen the last drama, but if you're listening to this for some reason, Jake, do not fight Tyron again. You're going to lose. I think he loses again. Tyron's like got this boxing stuff figured out, and now he's really going to fucking...
I can't imagine. I don't see what benefit Jake has in fighting him again.
He'll lose. He might lose.
I don't know.
I shouldn't say he will lose, but he might lose.
I don't know. I agree with that take. I don't know that he will lose. I would actually probably put my money on Jake again, seeing as they fought and he beat him. But I don't know. He has everything to lose and really not much to gain out of that. I would just move on.
As much credit as we are giving to Jake for beating Tyron, which is a huge feat. Like, that's awesome and unbelievable. You also got to remember, these people aren't boxers. They haven't been training as boxers. That is definitely one factor into it. When people say, "Oh, well, it doesn't matter, he was a heavyweight," no, it's a factor. It's a factor. If you're training for boxing, right, and only boxing nonstop, and you have a guy,
I can't believe I'm about to say this, honestly, because of my history with these guys. But I do want to take a second to give just huge props to not only Jake but Logan. Like, we saw Logan do it through his show and through, all this boxing stuff, like just every move that he's made since his big Japan fuck up, we've seen him like turn it around. It's kind of general consensus that he kind of made he made the biggest comeback, like redemption, in YouTube history. Right. And Logan still has me blocked on Twitter, and it hurts my feelings. That's hilarious. I could try to talk to him about it. We've been talking a lot about NFTs lately. I'll put in a good word, but I do want to say off the back of that, I mean, you're starting to kind of see it in Jake too, man, like that he's capable of doing that, and that it's just easy for these guys to pivot, bro, because they're willing to put in the work. They are, and they understand the internet, and they're growing up. It's a cool thing to see, like, considering that we've been in this game for so long, Keem, and we saw where these kids came from and how they came into the game and like how they've shifted and pivoted to this point. It's like, it's not easy to do that, bro. And the fact that they both share a last name, the fact that they're both brothers, and the fact that it's looking like they're both legitimately capable of doing that. It's pretty awesome. It's incredible. I think you're going to get to a point where one of the Pauls runs for president. Like, they're going to go through every little angle of everything, and then one of them's going to run for president. I think that's realistic. Like, that's really going to happen. I could see Logan running for like governor of LA or some shit. I could definitely see that. Yeah, that's definitely going to happen. Yo, I do have this reminded me of a story that happened. I didn't cover it on Drama Alert, but I should have, because it was funny. Fight, I don't know where it was at. It was something, and a guy snuck in to the event with like he made a fake ticket, fake credentials and shit. And he corners Logan, and he's like, "I just need a little bit of your time." And he's like, it's going on some sob story that he wants to work for him or whatever. And fucking Logan's like, "Dude, I don't need anyone to work. Like, why would I need you to work for me?" Giving the guy a chance. And the guy says the stupidest replies back, like, you just need me around or something. Like, I don't remember exactly what was said, but it was a very cringe video where this guy was like snuck in. The energy was off, and I'll be honest. The only redeeming quality that I saw in that kid, I tried to put myself in that position, was just his ambition and his like relentlessness. You know what I mean? But it's almost like when a girl breaks up with a guy and he like starts to fucking like cut pieces of his fucking arm off and like write his name in blood on like her window, and fucking it just goes way over the top. Like, clearly this dude wants the girl back, but it's like, it's too much. Like, it's almost too much. It's like scary. Well, it was one of these, if I could add on to that, it was one of these things where like, yeah, it takes courage to get up on the stage, but once you get on stage, you got to perform. And he had this moment with Logan Paul, and he didn't say anything. He didn't really sell himself enough. And he also showed his cards, man. Like, he like, that was a clout chaser move, and that's kind of what he had in mind. He's like, I want to make videos. I want to do this internet thing. Like, to be honest with you, bro, the last fucking thing anybody in this space wants to do is take someone under their wing who's starting at zero and wants to be, wants to have followers and make YouTube videos. Like, I'm girlfriend hunting right now. I'm girlfriend hunting now. Oh, you're an influencer? Oh, okay. No. Yeah. Like, absolutely it's not. Like, dude, no. He should have came correct. Like, done his homework. Like, okay, what has Logan spoke about
that he needs. Like, what can I present to him that'll spark his interest? You know what I mean? What's Logan Paul into? Pokemon, fucking NFTs, boxing, whatever. Like, come correct, you know? Like, look at this thing that I went and hunted down for you. You've been looking for it. I got it right here. Or like, I'm willing to fucking, I got enough money in my bank account to fucking get a Motel 6 2 blocks from you. I'll rent a fucking car. I'll show up and do anything that you need for free for fucking 6 months. I just want the shot. You know what I mean? I just want a shot. Yeah. I want to work with you. I love everything that you're doing. I want to help you in any way that I can. I'm fucking determined. Like that, like, he should have came with something like that. Instead, he got on the fucking stage, was like, yeah, I quit my $100,000 a year job and like, I want to fucking make YouTube videos. Bro, what? Like, what?
Yeah, so anyhow, long story short, the guy bombs, right? And of course, Logan doesn't need another person around him. He's already got a team. Like, he didn't even need a person, but he tries to give some guys some inspiration, let him down, lightly, and then he walks away, right? This guy goes on to upload a TikTok. This is a grown man crying, bawling out of his eyes, like, I just wanted an opportunity, da 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 da. And like, this thing goes viral, and I'm like, this is the biggest joke I've ever seen. Like, screw that guy. Like, how did you even have a 100K job? Like, you're not even worth that. Like, this guy is like, I don't like this guy. I think he's a psycho. But to further my point on how he's a psycho, not only does he do the TikTok where he's crying, I just seen on his TikTok today, this motherfucker literally traveled all the way to Puerto Rico and is running on the same beach as Logan Paul to maybe run into him again. That is some stalker shit. Like, what the fuck? Can we as a community stop saying, oh man, Logan should have given him a chance, and start saying, oh man, Logan should put that motherfucker behind bars? Like, what is this?
That's a fucking fast track to a restraining order and just a weird situation. You can't be doing that, man. You got to respect people's like privacy and what they got going on. It's just like, people really do see motherfuckers online as like objects.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, it's cliche. It's a little cliche, but it's fucking so real. It's like, dude, all these people have their own fucking lives, their own ambitions, their own agenda, their own fucking mission. You know what I'm saying? Their own jobs, the shit that they got to get done. And you see 1% of it, bro. You see 1% of it. I don't know what, when, where, fucking at what point everybody got this weird idea that motherfuckers pick up a camera and that's all that happens, and they do it 10 minutes a day, and then the rest of it is just fucking one giant fucking party. That's not what the fuck it is. Everyone's trying to take care of their families and run businesses and move up in the world. You can't, you know what I mean? It's like, dude.
Yeah. No, I mean, it happens all the time. Like, I'll be taking my daughter out in public or whatever, and like, people just like literally interrupt my conversation with my daughter and just like, there's no courtesy. There's no like, okay, like, I wait for the moment when he's free. You know what I mean? There's just like, I don't care. Like, I don't
Aiden
say
just brought up when I lived at the Cloud House on like that big glass house, the original Cloud House, where I used to whip shit off the balcony and throw shit at people's cars. Remember when I would do that?
Because the people that come, it's all about them. It's
motherfuckers would show up to my house at 6 a.m. bumping like it's every night, bro, or it's every day, bro. When me and Jake Paul were beefing, it's like, bro, what the fuck do you think this is, homie? Like, I'm a real person. And then I go downstairs, start throwing shit at their car. They look at me like I'm fucking crazy, and people want to they want to upload videos and act like I'm the bad guy. Bro, you're outside of my fucking home where I'm asleep. Like, what?
Dude, I remember it was like early in my career. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not a person anymore. I'm like literally a character and an object, a thing. I'm not an actual human anymore to anyone.
The craziest one is the parents, man. When you go outside, when you walk outside your house, and there's fucking kids out there, 13, 14 years old, and they're with their fucking parents, and their parents approach you. Hey, would you mind taking a picture? Like, what are you joking? You're at my house right now. You've just been waiting outside my house. And then you get these crazy stories. Like, we drove all the way from New Jersey. Bro, what? There's no way. That's either one, not real, or two, you're fucking fried, bro. Like, what?
You drove 3 days to come over and sit outside Banks' house to take a picture with him. Shut up!
I get kids on a Sunday, like, yo, like we figured out the address. Like, let's hop on the bus and let's fucking ride our bikes up to the house and see if we can see one of them. Like, you're a kid, you don't know any better, or whatever. But when you see the parent, it's like, dude, are you fucking for real? Makes me want to fucking.
I always thought, how funny would it be, right, for a YouTube video, right? You have one of these crazy parents that does this, right? So then what you do is you like get their information, play it nice. Oh, cool. Take a picture with the kids. What's your Facebook, whatever, get their information and then just fucking tell everyone, be like, yo, go to this house and try to get an autograph with the family.
I don't know. I don't know. Do you want to hear the absolute most savage fan interaction story with me of all time that's never been shared?
Is it the one involving a car that got hurt?
Yes. How did you? I've talked to you about this.
You told me that and you sworn me to secrecy. So I'm shocked that you're about to tell this story.
It's been so long. And honestly, like, I would be blown away if anybody thought what I did wasn't like a completely human, like,
yeah, but
like,
could before you tell the story, is it possible that this person could still sue you? Probably. So let's wait 3 more years, 3 more years, and you have to tell that story.
Bro, fucking, I'm telling it, man. They're not suing me, bro. Like, they're not suing me. There's no chance. What they did was infinitely worse than what I did. Okay. So I won't say where in the world this was, but I will say it was a long time ago. And these fans came up to one of the houses that I've lived in over the last 6-7 years, and we're all chilling inside, me and my roommates chilling inside, and they shine we start seeing like a laser shine into our house, like one of those like, you know, the like industrial like lasers that you can see them in the sky when you shine up, whatever. We start seeing that in my fucking house. I'm like, bro, are there really kids outside right now doing this? Like, these kids are about to get fucking beat up. Honestly, like, I'm so sick of this shit at this point. I go outside, I run down the street, whatever, and disappeared, whatever. I got a big brain, so we're walking back up past like this like construction site, like this house that's being built, and I'm like, these little motherfuckers are probably hiding in this somewhere. There's like a big tarp, whatever. I walk in, and sure enough, these 4 fucking kids playing fucking games. These aren't fans. This is like 1 a.m, bro. These kids are all like,
right,
probably like 17, 18, 19 years old, maybe even a little older, honestly. They're like older. And it's like, you could just tell these are not fans. These are people trying to pull up to fuck with us. So off rip, I'm like immediately just yelling at these fools like, yo, fuck you guys. Like, whatever. Tell my homie to call the cops. I'm like, you guys are fucking waiting right here. They start walking up the hill and they got a camera with them. So they're trying to make like some kind of YouTube video or something too. I don't know. I'm following them to the whip. They don't want to walk to their car because they know that I'm going to get the plate, whatever. The fucking one of the kids when I went into this construction site had a knife out, was holding a knife. I'm like, yo, are you guys fucking crazy? And there's like 10 of us and like 4 of them, so they're not doing shit. And these kids were pussies anyway.
Right.
Long story short, the cops come, get all these kids' information, get the plate number, get the car model, whatever. I see them get into their car and leave, whatever. It was this big whole thing. They weren't saying shit before the cops got there, but when the cops got there, they were talking shit, whatever. I didn't like how the interaction ended, but the cops were like, okay, they're off the property, whatever. Sorry about that. If you have any more issues with these kids, let me know. Okay, bet.
Yeah.
Bro, the next fucking day, these cops trespassed them from my house. The next fucking day, bro, I'm sitting out on my balcony and no. I hear like shit hitting my fucking house. I run to the front and I just see like eggs splattering against my fucking house, bro. I pick up a water bottle, whip it at the car, smash it on the car. The car skirts out. The car skirts away. It has no plates on it, bro. It's the exact same car from the day before.
Damn.
These stupid motherfuckers didn't know or forgot that the police took all their information and gave me all of their information. Their fucking names, their addresses, their phone numbers, everything, bro. That night, I hit up my fucking boys. I said, yo, we're going to all these fucking kids' houses until we find where this car is. And I'm going to just fucking destroy their car. I'm going to destroy their car. And if someone wants to come out and say some shit, someone can come out and say some shit. So we drive. House 1, no car. House 2, no car. House 3, there it is, bro. Plates are still off the fucking car. It's late as fuck, whatever. So I just went over. I didn't go crazy, but I went over and I fucking slashed all 4 of their tires and just bounced. I didn't talk to anybody. I just slashed all 4 of their tires.
Didn't you break the windshield?
No, I like whipped up. I broke a window too.
Yeah. I was going to say, he left that part out.
No, I secretly sliced all the tires and then I picked up like a potted plant and fucking hammered on the windshield.
Oh, that's awesome.
And dipped.
Fuck those kids.
And never heard from them. They never fucking came back. That fucking kid, those fucking cocksucker kids woke up and they knew who did that. I promise you they knew who did that.
Well, now they really know.
That's not some coincidence, bro. They definitely knew. Fuck those fools.
You deserve
honestly.
it. You fucking deserve
serious?
it.
Bro, this kid had a fucking knife out. I can't explain the energy, but they're lucky. Like, this isn't where I lived with my family. If I was older, I had a kid in the house, like my wife and shit. Like, I would have fucking like that. That's not cool, bro. Like, it's not cool. And then you want to like pull some weird shit and then come back the next day and egg my fucking house. Okay, homie. Yeah. Okay. I can play that weird game with you. These kids don't give a fuck about the cops. Maybe their parents will give a fuck about, like, you know what I mean? Kid wake up like, oh shit.
Dude, when this is years ago, I want to say like I
say I left. This was a long time ago, but I want to say I think I left a note on the windshield too. I'm pretty sure I left a note on the windshield.
I do remember that.
Yeah, me telling you that part. Yeah, I think I left a note saying like, I dare you to come back to my house or some shit. Because I wanted them to know it was me, bro. I really wanted them to know. That's why I'm not stressing on like these kids listening to this and suing me. I wish they would try. I really do.
Want to hear the craziest interaction I had with a fan?
Yeah, please.
I mean, I've had a few.
That's some savage shit, though. I feel like there's not many motherfuckers on the internet who would go to that level. But I'm willing. Like, I will go to that level. I live kind of like it's not a gated community, but it's kind of like that. It's a nice suburb, and like, you know, there's people don't come to my house. They just don't anymore. But before my first house, people came every day to my house, knocked on the door and wanted to take a picture of me. It was insane. This is like early 2016. So I tweeted out, I go, if you come to my house, I'm shooting you with a paintball gun. Do not come to my house. Do not come to my house. I've heard this story.
Nobody came for like 2 days. 2 days. Nobody knocked on my door. All of a sudden, someone knocks on my door. They're like, is Dan Keem here? I'm like, I'm Keem. What? Are you looking for Keemstar? They're like, oh my God, can we get a picture? I go, this is a paintball gun. I pull the paintball gun out. I go, this is a paintball gun, and I'm going to start shooting you in 5 seconds. Though these motherfuckers started running, and I unloaded on them. I was pegging them left and right. And then I tweeted about it, and no fans came to my house anymore.
Sometimes you just got it, bro. People don't get it, man. People do not get it. It's like motherfuckers look for the utmost respect from like individuals who have a following and stuff, but they don't want to give any of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to give any of it. It's so weird.
There's this video.
I can't say that actually. Like, I'm just in this negative state of mind right now. Actually, I want to take that back. 99% of people are fucking super pleasant. It's the motherfuckers you run into at the mall or like when you're out and about who just want a quick flick. Like, just the other day, me and my chick were at some diner. And the lady came over and gave us like a free sundae, and she's like, "This is on the house. Can I just get a little picture for my sister? She loves you." Yeah, it's like that shit like that's great. And honestly, 99 times out of 100, it's like that. But then you get that one fucking creep show who just like, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know.
Dude, if you see us in public, come say hi. We'll take a picture with you. We're telling the psych. We're telling you about the psycho and interactions.
Honestly, I am the one motherfucker in the crew who will sit and talk to a fucking fan for 10 minutes. Who will be like, honestly, homie, like, let me get you into this fucking concert that I'm rolling into the back end. Like, you're a fucking great kid.
That's how you met Aiden. That's how you met Aiden.
Exactly. That actually is how I met Aiden. Did we talk about this? I think we did when he was on the show.
Yeah, we did.
But yeah, I met Aiden at a random fucking like sports bar. He was just sitting down getting food with his friends, whatever, came up to me and I was like, bro, pull up a fucking, came at me. We all know Aiden, his energy. He's got great energy. I'm like, I fuck with you. Like, what's good? pull up, like tell your friends to come over here. You guys can kick it with us, party with us, whatever.
You will appreciate this story. All right.
Yeah.
So there's a local bar that I go to every once in a while, just grab a few drinks or whatever, say hi to a few people and dip. Right. I'm at this bar and this fucking kid comes up to me. He's like, do you remember me? I'm like, no, I don't. And he's like, no, you remember me. And he's a little drunk and shit. So I'm giving him a little leeway to be kind of a dick or whatever. And I'm like, no, I don't fucking remember you. Who are you? He goes, when I was 15 years old, you told me to go suck a dick or some shit. I'm like, what are you saying? What are you talking about? I'm so fucking confused, right? I'm like, when did this happen? Where did this happen? Right? He's like, on Twitter. And I'm like, what?
So goes, I remember you from Twitter, bro.
No, listen to this. It gets even better. He was on a fucking trick shotting team. Like, so his avatar wasn't even a picture of himself. All right.
What team was he on?
He was on not SOAR, but Obey, maybe? I think it was Obey.
Really? That's so funny.
And he lives in my area. So he's like telling me this shit. So I go off on him, like in the middle of the bar. Like everyone knows that Keemstar's there at this bar. I've taken pictures with like 10 different fucking people. And I start making a scene. I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to remember you at all based on your fucking face when you have this stupid fucking avatar? And how am I supposed to know that you're 15 years old and I'm a fucking troll? You know that. And I told you to go suck a dick because you were probably running your fucking mouth. Like, why are you coming at me with this fucking energy? I'm like getting in this kid's face. He's like, well, everything's cool, calm down, all right? So it just ends, right? It just ends. He buys me a drink, everything's cool.
That's awesome.
I go to that fucking bar the next week. I'm sitting there talking to these girls. This motherfucker comes up to me with this weird emo fucking energy. He's got long fucking hair, his hair's split in fucking two. Comes up to me looking at the ground like he's fucking demented. Comes up to me. This motherfucker had the balls to say, do you remember me? I said,
no
yes.
Way.
He did. So I make a scene in this bar again, Banks. I'm like, yeah, I remember you. Last week you came up to me asking if I remember when you were 15, when you had a fucking avatar of some fucking sniper, which I wouldn't ever fucking remember you. And now I'm sitting here having a nice conversation and you're coming up and interrupting me, coming at me. So do you want to fucking go, dude? I'm like, do you have problems with me? Cause like, how are you coming up to me again? And so I fucking start going off. And then of course there's like fans or whatever that are coming and like pushing the kid away. His own friends are like, yo, stop it, like pulling him away and shit. Bro, I can't go to this bar anymore because this fucking psycho comes up to me with his zombie looking at the fucking ground energy. Yo, bro, do you remember me? I don't remember you. Don't give a fuck about you, bitch. Sorry.
That's awesome.
But yeah,
some people just come with weird energy, bro. Listen, you ever see somebody that you know from the internet that you just, and let's like, you don't have to fucking feel weird or bad about it. There's no like shame in being like, yo, I know your face from the internet. I know who you are. You want to take a flick? Like like come like that. You know what I mean? Hey, yeah. I love your shit. Can I get a quick picture? If they're and honestly too, like time the shit right too. You know what I'm saying? Like just imagine that happens to you all the time and you're in the middle of a fucking date or you're a fucking, you know what I mean? You got bags in your hand and you're clearly like in a uncomfortable situation already. Like, or you're trying to order food. You know what I mean? Like, and a motherfucker comes up to you like, pick a fucking appropriate time to strike, you know, when it seems like an easy opportunity. Just, yo, can I get a flick? Yeah, dope. Dap them up, have a fucking quick conversation, and that's it.
I honestly, if I went to the mall and walked around the entire mall and not one person came up and said, hey, do you want a picture? I'd fucking probably be depressed. I love fan interaction. I love fan interaction. I do. Like, I love it. But like, there are some fucking weirdos out there. There are some really strange fucking people out there.
For sure. You know, and I feel like the internet and social media in general is kind of an incubator for the weird ones. I'm a weird one, but I just socially, I get it.
Dude, every time we do this show, bro, we take so many twists and fucking turns. Like,
I know.
We go everywhere.
Well, this was kind of a nice opportunity for us to reset and kind of recalibrate and just, you know, people love me when me and you just do these together and fucking just shoot the shit like this. So we just have, like you said, we have back-to-back guests.
This is good for the hardcore fans, but those last 3 episodes, Spotify just told me that they like went viral. So we are going to have to get back on that guest shit.
That Tana one was so good, man. Seriously, anyone listening to this that didn't listen to that, that's probably my favorite episode. Just because, and yo, you got to get your ass back out to LA. Like that was awesome.
Yeah,
we did all of those in person. That was great. That was such good energy.
I'm going to come to LA. I'll introduce you to my assistant. Maybe I'll have the new girlfriend by then. You know, there's 4 contestants right now. Maybe I'll pick one.
You're hilarious.
There'll be a vibe, and then. There'll be a vibe. And then also, you know, as long as we have some White Claws, we'll have some good guests. I think it'll be fucking hilarious.
Feel free to tell me to fuck myself. I'm just actually genuinely interested. How are you and the ex doing? Like, how are you guys communicating? And is everything cool with that?
I mean, yeah, no, it's just, we're not communicating at all. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Sorry, brother.
You know, I mean, it happens.
It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is, you know? You know, I don't want to say any details because it's like private.
Yeah, no, of course. No, I wouldn't expect you to.
You know, I wouldn't do that to anyone without their express permission, you know?
No, not you and the new girl. I'm talking about you and your daughter's mom.
Oh, yeah, we're good. We're real good.
Cool. Yeah, that would have been awful.
No, we're real good. I thought you were talking about the new girl.
No.
Or the old girl. It's so fucking confusing. Jesus Christ. You women need to slow down. I got too many of you now. Shh.
You're so funny, man. I love it. You actually are such a troll. It's so funny. I love it. I love that you lean into shit, bro. I really do appreciate how honest you are. I think I was watching that, and it's so funny because you might say it like a fucking dick sometimes, but that's just who you are. But you're telling the truth. Like, what's that dude, the old dude's name? RuneScape something?
Yeah. There's back
Tony?
in 2015.
Is his name Tony?
Yeah, back in 2015, for some background, my news team gave me a false story and I had someone else vetting it, and this false story got to me, and I wasn't doing the research myself at that time. And I basically read that this guy was like a pedo that's out from jail and he's now streaming, and it wasn't even the same guy. Like, it was just, I don't even know how any of this happened, but it was a huge mistake. I corrected the story 2 hours later. You know, I realized that this was wrong. So it was a huge mistake on drama.
It is a huge mistake, and but it is valid to I mean, for as many times as you stated the wrong facts, how you've spent literally years now, and you've told the actual story.
6 years talking about this.
You've told this story 100 fucking times.
I've apologized. I've offered the guy 20 grand. I talked to him. I played RuneScape with him. I did everything I could to make things cool with him, and he forgave me. But, you know, basically whenever he's low on, views or whatever, he brings this up again and he re-victimizes himself. It's insane.
Yeah, no, I loved you basically told him to fuck himself. I loved it. Honestly, because it really is like that, man. People make mistakes. You fucked up. You've been more than vocal about like, yo, this was a huge fuck up. I really am sorry. And like you said, you offered to do this, and this for it.
He was cool. He forgave me.
He's vocally and publicly forgiven you. So if you're gonna fucking forgive somebody, fucking forgive somebody. If you want to tell somebody to fuck themselves, tell somebody to fuck themselves. But don't play this like in between thing and then like bringing this shit up and trying to like shine light to a situation like that when it's convenient for you.
He got catfish, Banks. This is what really pissed me off.
I loved when you hit him with the reality too. Not to cut you off, but I loved when you hit him with like, when all this shit was going down, all my biggest enemies, fucking when Leafy was trying to cancel you, like that was his best friend, and fucking H3H3, that's his best friend, and like none of these guys give a single fuck about you, bro. You got used to fit a fucking storyline and an agenda, like, and none of these people give a fuck about you. And you, on the other hand, somebody who, you know what I mean? The guy's thrown under the bus a million times and you've been at odds with, you've been on the phone with this motherfucker trying to help him be successful in this YouTube streaming thing. And it's like, you've actually gone above and beyond to not only correct your mistake, which is more than fucking what most people will do. Like H3 doesn't even do that half the time. You know what I'm saying? He won't even fucking bother to like tell the facts of the story. He'll say some bullshit and then just leave it at that and make people defend themselves on fucking shit that isn't actually real. You went way above and like actually tried to help the dude's life. I didn't know you offered him 20 bands. It's a lot of fucking money. Right.
The same day. Like, oh my God, I messed up. Like you don't have to sue me. I'm literally just give you cash. Like I fucked up type of shit. And he didn't want the money and he forgave me, and people make mistakes. And then
as soon as his like clout got low, like he just started coming at me, and he's been coming at me for 6 years. And it really pisses me off because he is now spinning some false story about me that I aided and abetted and took part into catfishing him, you know, with some younger girl, which I had no involvement in whatsoever. So it's like, I spent fucking 6 years of my life saying I fucked up. I did this horrible thing. I got this story wrong. I'm a bad guy. I'm sorry. And now he's literally doing the same thing to me. He's literally falsely accusing me of shit left and right. It's like, I don't. How does this ever end? When it just never ends? Like, I guess this is what I have to deal with for my mistake that wasn't even like on purpose. Like, obviously I fucked up.
Obviously it wasn't on purpose.
It wasn't on purpose. I didn't do this purposely. I don't want to fucking sit there and tell the world, I'm sorry, I got a story wrong and hurt my credibility, which I had to do. I made a whole separate video apologizing and explaining exactly what happened. And I deleted the video. And listen, here's the most important story.
That's the funniest part about the internet, bro. People use that shit and twist it and as like an I gotcha and inflate shit and like, look at this awful thing Keemstar did and just leave it open-ended like that. He accused this guy of blank, but refused to give the context of, but he also corrected it in its whole own video. Did you delete that? The video before that?
Of course, immediately.
Yeah, so
Banks,
the video was live for 2 hours. This video, I'm assuming the follow-up is still probably live.
Oh, the apology, yeah.
Yeah, so that video's still live. It's been live for 6 years. You've told this story 100 fucking times. It's like, dude, now at this point, the balance is starting to shift into him kind of being the asshole. I would say. Of
course. It's 6 years later.
And he obviously didn't ask for that. The poor guy, like, nobody deserves that. That's fucking horrible. You definitely fucked up. But it's like, dude, I just appreciate the fact that you, like, are willing to be like, fuck yourself. I love that.
Here is the most crucial part of this, Banks. All right. Nobody exposed me for getting the story wrong. I exposed myself.
Yeah.
No other YouTuber. I literally came out publicly and said, I got this wrong. I made a huge mistake. Delete the video and upload an apology directly to him. Nobody exposed me. No T channel, no drama channel, nobody.
Which is also how you know you actually gave a fuck.
Cared.
You know what I mean? Like, you actually cared because you took responsibility for something before you were called out for it, and it was never something I tried to hide. You know, it was like I exposed myself. It's just so fucking insane. It really bothers me because you really find out that like people are just pieces of shit. Like just they really are. They're just garbage people everywhere. Before we wrap this up, I just want to ask you: do you regret not buying a CryptoPunk when I first mentioned it to you? Of course. And I had this conversation with Andy Milanakis. I was running and he called me about some other crypto project. And I was like, well, what's the floor on the CryptoPunks? He's like, around 300K or whatever the fuck it is. And I'm like, I would like to commit suicide now. That's so bad. Not really. Spotify's definitely probably cutting that out, but you guys could probably take a guess at what he just said. Okay, let me try that again. I would like to off myself. No, I mean, when Banks hit me up, the floor was, I want to say like 30. Yeah, and like 30. Yeah. It's at like 100 right now. Is it 100? I thought it was 300. 100 ETH. 100 ETH. Oh, 30K you're saying. No, the floor is like 400K right now. Oh, shit, yeah. Maybe 350, something like that. Banks, you know what's good, though? What? You're rich. You're very, very rich. I fucking made a lot of money this year, man. I did. And it's and 80% of it NFTs, baby. I'm fucking definitely hyped. The market's weird right now, though, I will say. I don't know, I'm not going to get into all that, but I don't know. It's a weird game. It's fucking fun, though. It's fun as hell. I'm like really fucking happy I got introduced to this. I'm learning a fucking lot. And I just feel like NFT tech is going to be relevant for a very, very long time. And I'm just happy to be here at the beginning. Go ahead. No, that's all. Before we end this out, I want to say to the Mom's Basement fans that like Gabby Hanna is actually a friend of mine. And she's gotten so much hate online. And I saw the Mom's Basement fans like actually like giving Gabby a chance because the T channels and that whole community just hates on her nonstop. So I just want to say to our fans, thank you so much for giving Gabby a chance. And like, you know, so many people were tweeting saying that her new song is actually fucking awesome and stuff. And that meant the world to her. So I want to thank you to
our fan base, because like all this girl knows is like people bullying her and attacking her nonstop. So it was nice to see her like get some love, and I appreciate the fans for doing that.
The listeners to this podcast are my favorite. Like my favorite. Like obviously we share fans in other ways. I got the whole phase thing. I got my whole thing that I'm doing. Your whole thing that you're doing. But this mom's basement audience is definitely something different. It's special. I mean, we get nothing but positive feedback. It's actually awesome.
Me and you, because I think they vibe off of like our friendship. You know what I mean? Because like me and you have known each other for such a long fucking time.
Yeah, that it's a legit thing. It's like a real thing. It's not forced. It's
like
great.
when we talk about like shit we shouldn't be saying publicly.
That's what a fucking podcast is for, though, man. An open conversation. I think that's why people appreciate the show. I think that's why the show's hot right now. Yeah, I fucking love it.
Yo, hit him with an emoji.
Okay, guys, we don't get any comments. We do this obviously exclusively on Spotify. That's the only place you can find Mom's Basement. It's free, of course, so tell your fucking friends. Make sure motherfuckers know this is free. Only on Spotify, though. That being said, we don't have a comment section, so it's impossible for us to get your guys' feedback directly on this platform. So we ask you guys to go to Twitter, tweet myself and Keemstar with an emoji each week, so that we can that way we can filter out the comments from all the other tweets that we get tweeted. This week, let's do, I don't know, we were talking about people coming to our houses. Let's just do a house emoji.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Spam us with the house emoji. Give us the feedback to the show.
And also tell you...
We interact with a lot of these tweets, too. I see you liking a bunch of them and replying to a bunch of them. I know that I go through, and I always show love to the Mom's Basement love.
And also tell us who you want as a guest next week.
Yeah, that's a great idea. We're definitely going to have a guest, so let us know.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Peace.